This is Alex Harris for Seconds Out. I'm joined by promoter Frank Warren. Frank, what a night.
It was, wasn't it? Spectacular. Some good fights on there, a lot of stoppages and two fantastic knockouts. Well, I say two, there was quite a few knockouts, weren't there? But certainly Daniel was extraordinary display from him. You know, the great jab, great combinations. I watched it back a couple of times, and the way he put those shots together, I mean, it was punch perfect.
I think it's natural to compare the Tete fight with the last guy in. I can't remember his name. Richard Lartey. In this fight, Daniel looked a lot more composed, a lot more relaxed, and I think he chose his shots really well. Did you notice that change in him since he fought last? Yeah,
he showed a lot of composure in what he did. I mean, you got to remember, he's had the fight with Nathan in between. This is now his 13th fight, and he obviously is improving with every fight and getting more and more confidence about what he's doing. But I thought for him, it was as I say, punch perfect, and it was a tremendous performance. He didn't come to sit on the floor, the other fella. I mean, he's pushing the referee afterwards. He didn't want to stop it, but I think the referee done him a favour. Otherwise, he'd have been flat out.
Will you be looking to get him out again this year, or is he going to take a bit of a rest? Obviously, he's had quite an active year, so
he's going to have a rest, and he's going to be out this year as well.
Oh, yeah?
So he's going to take a little break, and then we'll get him out November, December.
Let's work our way down the card. Archie Sharp, what a left hand!
Very sharp. I mean, he pulled it out of the bag, didn't he? A tremendous punch, and that's what champions do, and that's what he did.
He's now 17-0. Obviously, the WBO champion's been calling his name. But obviously, you've got British fighters like Sam Bowen and Anthony Cassese. What can you tell us about the direction Archie's going to be going in his next few fights?
There are a lot of good fights for him to be made. There's no doubt about that. And even the WBO champion would be a great fight to make. We'll sit down and look at it in the next week, and when we meet with Archie, I want to get him out again before the end of the year and see what we can do that's going to satisfy him and satisfy the fans. He's very, very ambitious, and he's showing each time he fights a different facet to his abilities. And the fact he pulled that massive punch out the bag against Declan, who, by the way, came to fight, didn't he? You know, he was doing quite well up until then, but Archie, I think Archie's a class act.
Now, speaking of Jamal Herring, the WBO champion, speaking to Archie after the fight, he said that he's more than happy to go to the USA and fight Herring. Is that a fight you're going to look to try and make?
Well, as I say, we'll see what happens. I'll sit down with him in the next week or so and see what the position is, but we got no problem with that. I'd much rather make the fight here. What do we want? If we don't have to travel, I don't want him to travel, but we'll see.
Now, moving on to Nicola Adams, who made her first defence of her WBO flyweight title rather. Obviously, she didn't come away with the win, but a split draw, so she keeps the belt. What did you make of her performance?
Well, she's been out the ring for a year, so there was a lot of rust there, but I thought she won the fight by a couple of rounds. I thought one of the judges give it to her by two rounds.
97.
Yeah, I thought she won it by a couple of rounds, but anyway, it wasn't to be, but she still got it. Maybe we'll make the rematch. The fact she's got the rust out of her system now would do her a big favour. There's no doubt about that, but she did what she had to do, and I was a bit disappointed for her because I genuinely thought she won the fight.
Is Nicola another fighter we can expect to see out again this year?
I'm going to talk to her and see where we are with it, and we'll make our mind up with that. Maybe we try and do the rematch.
All right, well, Frank, I don't want to keep you too long, so thank you for talking to Seconds Out, and congratulations on a good night of boxing.
Yeah, man. All the best.
Thank you.